Welcome back, my friends and foes. It's been a little bit, so let's get into what I've been working on the past couple weeks. Trying to paint armies as fast as possible while making them cool and interesting and hopefully not losing my mind. And I think I solved it. So let's get into that with the first army that I've done. Now these guys, my Soulblight Gravelords. Now, okay, army might have been a strong word, but I did paint something like 43 models over the course of a single night doing this. And to make it mega interesting, because skeletons, the horde of skeletons is a beautiful thing. You guys know I can't stay away from beautiful, beautiful horde armies. But a horde of, I have 90 skeletons, has the potential to look very bland. So let me show you what inspired me. It was this picture of the Vampire Coast that really, really gets me. I love the Vampire Coast so much as an idea, really anything pirate themed, but pirate and horror, it's two of my favorite things jammed into one. Please, GW, make some sort of pirate army. But sadly, I'm not brave enough to sculpt 200 little tricorn hats. But what I'm going to do is take the inspiration from this picture to do some really interesting lighting and some jungle bases, with the idea that I have this roaming drove of skeletons storming the beaches or rising up from the beach to go and take over, or whatever skeletons do. Bite people? I don't know what they do. Just smack them? I don't know. Skeleton stuff. Rattle their bones, perhaps? Now, the way I'm going to do all this is with cool lighting. Now, much like in that picture that was up, I want moonlight from above or from a direction and fire from below. Essentially changing from this to this. So how did I do that? How did I paint 40 skeletons over the course of 3 hours? The secret was dry brushing. It's very, very easy. Just takes a couple principal ideas here that I'm hoping to share with you guys. So to start this off, I picked up a giant box of skeletons. Now these are not the GW normal Death Rattle skeletons. The ones I got were from the Warlord games, Warlords of Erewhon, Children's of the Hydra Teeth Skeleton Horde. That name's way too long. But I really, really like the look of these naked, jangly skeletons. I don't think the regular horde wearing armor doesn't really give me the vibe of skeleton horde. I want naked skeletons. A couple of them have swords, a couple of them have shields. They're just a bunch of bony burrows. So we took those skeletons, but for this scale, the heads were a little bit funky size. The dimensions were a little off, so I just got a GW box of the skull bits and replaced them. Now, after all that, and my dudes were based, I took Mephiston Red, the spray, sprayed it all there, then essentially just did a Zenithal highlight with Macragge Blue on top. Here's the thing, I don't want to just paint them red and then paint them blue. I want the interesting angle and I want to show off the fire from below. So much like if you look at my lighting right now, I have Mephiston Red over here. Mephiston Red. This side would be the Macragge Blue. So I had them all lined up and just sprayed them from one side instead of doing a full zenithal around like normally you do at like 45 degrees all around and on top. I just picked one side to hit them on, right? To have each guy having variation. Now that part did a lot of the heavy lifting because it gets even easier. Now we get to the dry brush. With that, like you could see, the most important thing was choosing the colors. This is where I had to do a couple test models and kind of mess with it. because at first I thought Moonlight was very blue. And like it is, but it's very desaturated blue. Like barely blue. Like it's like 90%, 99% gray and just a little bit of blue. So to get that, I dry brushed on Vallejo blue gray over my McCrag blue. Then I took pale blue gray and dry brushed that, and you already set out the template. I just hitting the areas that were blue from that our one-sided zenithal thingy, and you could see right away it's kind of working. It's kind of funky. So then on the flip side, to do the fire side, I took the Pro Krill orange red, dry brushed it anywhere where there was the Mephiston red. And then though, I want this to look like fire, right? We need like a light source. So I took my golden high flow acrylic fluorescent orange and dry brushed that. I hit the first color, not trying to cover up all of the Mephiston red, but hitting it in that area generally, right? Leaving a little bit around the edges. Then the red orange. So easy enough, just like with any highlighting, using my primer as a guide, I hit just mostly the center area of the red, right? And then with the fluorescent, went a little bit more central on that, even directly hitting the parts where I wanted the light source to be coming from. And with that, it feels like cheating. I mean, I was blasting through these models. I still do have another 50 to do, but I am convinced this is probably the best way to do OSL. Now, I know it's not going to be Golden Demon winning OSL, but it looks good and it was really fast. And it looks like a convincing light source. So, I mean, I think that's pretty dope. Now, though, you might be saying, but Kyle, this is for a very specific paint scheme. What am I supposed to take from this, right? Yeah, I mean, I don't know, maybe somebody's saying that. You could use this method for OSL on everything. I just specifically did Moonlight Campfire combo, but like with my Emperor's Children, for example, that's how I'm doing them on an army scale with having the red glowing crystals and things with a lot of OSL. It works super well because the dry brush just catches the raised edges. It's very fast. You could use it on lights and glowing things all around your minis, honestly. I am not a fan of using airbrushes. I know people do great work with them. They just annoy me. I don't like the maintenance. And I honestly like this. I think it looks a lot more realistic right away, instead of some of those paint jobs where you could tell somebody just did one of these and said it was OSL. But go play with this, go have fun with it. And before I yap for too much longer, let's go to some spinny shots. So here is the horde of spooky, scary skeletons. Still got some to do. Might be doing a Path to Glory in a couple weeks, I think, or something like that. I gotta get these guys done in some time. But I spoke about army painting before because another project I went through and lost my mind, even before this one actually, I was painting Skaven. 189 Skaven over the course of 4 days to get ready for a Age of Sigmar tournament. That was a quest. But that video is going to be coming up next, a whole different method to army painting. Army painting for speed and power for all the rats. Way too many rats. There was 189 rats, okay? Too many. But I'll see you in the next one. If you want to come hang out while I'm painting and yell at me for painting so many horde armies, you could go follow me over at twitch.tv/drinkyourpaintwaterlive. The link for that will be in the description. And don't forget, if you hung out this long, like, subscribe, all that stuff. It's mega appreciated being a tiny little YouTuber and trying to get this thing off the ground. But I'm rambling. I'll see you guys in the next one.